Can you manifest it in 10 years? Maybe. The minute you hesitate, that's how long it will take with your present belief system.
When it comes to manifesting versus what is like already happening, so say Cody and I have had many situations where we sit down and we like write out exactly what we want very, very specifically, and it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like we literally drew this building exactly how it was, but not the structure of it.
Yeah, what is that
so
technique?
Is it the chicken or the egg? Which one is it?
It's both. It's partly what you planned out from the soul level, and therefore you can be in touch with that plan and go, oh, I think it looks like this. And of course, that's what's going to manifest because that's what you planned out.
Yeah.
It's just that you're in touch with that ahead of time and you can manifest it down here because you are aware of what that's supposed to look like. I laughed when you said that because when you said, manifesting as opposed to what's happening, we're manifesting everything all the time.
Right. So you're just conscious that we are manifesting all the time is manifestation. It's just being conscious of it.
Yes.
That's interesting.
You're asking about something specific in the manifestation as opposed to the general manifestation of just manifesting all of this moment to moment to moment to moment because we are manifestors. We wouldn't have a physical reality if we weren't manifesting it.
Can it make something happen quicker? Or
of course.
With more, okay.
You can. There are many techniques. You can speed things up to a certain point, only to the point where if there is an absolutely necessary process for you to go through, that will be the rate at which things will manifest. Bashar did this once. It was a fascinating exercise called the threshold of believability. And the way it works is this. If there is something you're really passionate about and you would like to manifest whatever that is, he's saying, okay, look, there's a timeline in your life where you kind of know beyond a certain point, there wouldn't be any problem in manifesting that. So let's say, okay, whatever that is 20 years enough to manifest that? Oh, yeah, gosh, I easily manifest that within 20 years. Is 15 years enough time? Yeah, I can manifest that in 15 years. That's more than enough time. Can you manifest it in 10 years? Maybe. The minute you hesitate, that's how long it will take with your present belief system. So you ask, what would I have to believe is true that it would take 10 years? If you can figure out what that belief is, and you can find out that that's not a belief you need to hold on to and let it go, then take the test again. Is 20 years enough time? Yeah, no problem. 15 years? Absolutely. 10 years? Yes, with my new belief, absolutely I know I could do this easily within 10 years. 5 years? Ooh, maybe. Again, the second you hesitate, that's how long it will take with your present belief system.
That's interesting.
So you find out what that belief is. When you have let go of all the beliefs that have anything at all to do with making it take as long as it's been taking, that's how long, whatever time is left, is how long it absolutely must take for you to experience a process of manifestation that will give you the skills, ability, knowledge, and appreciation for what it is you're manifesting.
That's interesting.
Wow.
I once watched these Japanese doctors shrink a tumor in real time with a form of energy medicine, and they chanted a word that they all agreed meant already healed. They weren't saying healing, they were saying it already is, to like collapse the time as far as bringing that principle into existence.
And they had to believe and know that that was possible. So, and that's what you see in a lot of cases that have been documented where what we now call dissociative personality disorder, what we used to call multiple personality, one personality will have a tumor, the other personality will not.
Yeah, that is so wild.
But they're shifting realities. They're shifting into a parallel personality reality. It never had a tumor in that reality because the shift is so complete.
Wow.
So that's a lesson of another version of that idea. When you understand that you can actually have a parallel reality version that is another person that never had the tumor.
Wow.
That means you can change yourself
it's
immediately.
not the same body.
Wow.
It's amazing because it's almost like it's not what's true, it's what you believe. You
It's
know?
all that.
It's what you know to be true.
What you know to be
It's
true.
even beyond believing.
Belief, yeah.
Because what you know to be true is in your behavior. You just know it. If I asked you to stand up and walk around, you wouldn't sit there and go, do I believe I can do that? Mm-hmm. Do I think I can walk around? No. You wouldn't even think twice about it. You would just get up and walk around. What you know is synonymous with behavior.
Yeah, and we've had miraculous healings in ceremonies, and one of the things they'll leave us with, and you must know it is done. You need to believe, know it is
You
done.
have to
and
know
it's
it,
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
But again, if it doesn't happen, then there's a process there for you to look at. There's something there in your belief system you need to really investigate to find out. Because a lot of times those things come to us to get us to look at something. It's not even that the thing itself has to come to fruition. And that's one of the reasons why in the formula that Bashar talks about when you're acting on your passion, there's no insistence and no assumption about what the outcome should be. Because you don't really know why your excitement and your passion came to you in that form. It may not be the thing that needs to come to fruition. It may just be that you needed to act on that so that you would get off your butt and be where you needed to be when what really needed to happen confined you. And now it can happen this way, differently than you expected, but that's the thing that actually needed to manifest. So you have to really move forward in your passion without any insistence that you think you know what that ultimate outcome should look like. Sometimes you may guess. Like I said before, you may have a connection that is sensitive enough to pull down something from your life path that you did plan out and go, oh, okay, well, this time it looks exactly like I imagined. But that's only because you did that. You don't necessarily always do that. So for the things that are processes you need to learn, you may have to go through a little bit of a process. And that's why it's so important not to have any insistence on knowing absolutely what the outcome is, because you don't necessarily know that that's the ideal outcome, or you don't know that that's the next step in achieving that. The next step may be something else you need to look at first. But without having that insistence, then you can just follow the thread of where the passion leads you, and you can know you will wind up where you need to wind up, always, by following that thread.
Is there a proper way or a proper protocol to dissecting your beliefs, to finding out where like the core of it comes from?
There are different ways, different techniques, but one of the simplest is to simply kind of be in touch with yourself and say, okay, if I did make that choice that I say is representative of my passion, what am I afraid might happen? Am I afraid something would happen? Am I afraid something will happen that is worse than where I'm at now? Because a lot of times, even if you feel you're in a place where you're not really enjoying it, if you think the alternative is worse, then even what you're not enjoying is safer. And you won't go there. You'll stay here. So you have to have an understanding of what Bashar calls the motivational mechanism, which exists in all people. And the motivational mechanism is simply this. Without fail, there are no exceptions. You will always choose the direction that you believe benefits you. You will always move away from what you believe does not. But if you know that what you're choosing isn't of benefit, that has to mean, if you understand how that mechanism works, that has to mean you have a belief that makes the alternative look worse than what you are choosing now. So you have to find out, why would I believe that that's worse? Is that just my upbringing? Is that just my schooling? Is that just my society telling me that, and I've bought into it? I look around at people that are doing the kinds of things that I would love to do. Why can they do it if I can't? What makes it different for them? If they can do it, what's standing in my way? What do I believe will happen that didn't happen to them if I wanted to go in a similar direction? Am I afraid I will look crazy? Am I afraid I will be destitute? Am I afraid I will lose my friends and family? Am I afraid yada, 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 ad infinitum? So it's beginning that dialogue, that inner dialogue, that process of investigating yourself and what is it you are afraid might happen if you move in the direction of your passion. And you have to understand that if you really are in the vibration of your passion, nothing negative actually can happen. If you move on the direction of your passion and something negative happens, It's not because your passion caused it. It's because you left the vibration of your passion because of your fear-based beliefs. So once you get back into the vibration of your passion, that will dissolve.
That totally makes sense.
It's just physics from Bashar's point of view. It's literally energy physics, frequency, resonance, harmony.